It's been said in the field of medicine, and particularly end-of-life care, that there are 4 things that are really important for someone to say at the end of life. And those are, I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you, and goodbye. I decided I wanted to go into medicine early in my college career when I had an experience volunteering at an HIV clinic. I was probably 19 years old, and I think for myself at that time didn't have a great concept of life and death and what it meant to be living with a diagnosis that was not curable and that people at that time knew would end their life prematurely. I was just awed by their courage, and that was something that really spoke to me. And the physician that I shadowed at that experience was so compassionate in the way that he approached people and treated each one like a person, and a person whose life had worth and meaning regardless of what their life expectancy was. In Vermont, when the physician-assisted suicide or right to die legislation first was passed around, it was actually when I was in medical school. I was a first-year medical student. So it was very confusing as a trainee at that time to be told that the hallmark of medical care in the West is first do no harm, and the ancient tradition that follows, and then simultaneously to be told, but you may be asked to end someone's life. It just didn't jive. So it was a confusing time, and at that point the legislation was put on hold and continued to come back every few years and was rehashed and discussed. So throughout those years, it was helpful and informative to me to see that debate go on and to start to form through my own experiences my concepts of death and end-of-life care. So when the physician-assisted suicide bill that ultimately passed in Vermont went forward, it was really scary. When people are frail and ill and elderly and at the end of life, they're already vulnerable. It's really hard to make decisions in the best of circumstances. And if you add to that the specter of the ability to take your own life or to have a family member help you take your life and have your physician who you trust be complicit in that process, then to me that seems to make things that much more confusing for these people trying to make decisions at the end of life. At this point, ADF has come alongside us in our organization that I belong to, Christian Medical and Dental Association, to find a legal judgment to help protect those of us who find it a violation of our right of conscience to even counsel people or to have to refer them for physician-assisted suicide. Right now, until that case is settled, we are basically at risk and at the mercy of the Board of Medical Practice in terms of their interpretation of the law. This is something that really could end my practice. If I'm forced to do this, I won't continue to practice medicine in this state. I would leave my practice. There is no compromise here.